what's going on, guys? And today is, what is it, December 5th? I believe it is December 5th right here. And one second, I realize why the frames are jumping for a second, but I hope you guys all had a great day because I actually, honestly, as someone who has been a bit skeptical about the in-season tournament, I'll be the first to admit that last night's games were fun. Tyrese Haliburton's triple-double was cool. Okay, I'll be the first one to say that. My roommate and I were watching that. The Kings game, okay, that game was at 10 o'clock. That game was at 10 o'clock again. I understand. 7:30 Eastern time. We should have done 7. I guess because it would have been 4. Screw the West Coast. It feels like a lot of times we dictate the start of these games because of the West Coast. Come on, guys. Is the West Coast really your big... watch out, turn out that the biggest viewing audience is the West Coast. But it does bring up so much that, like, I think it's definitely interesting seeing. And we got our man, Henry Weinberg from RotoWire right here. What did you think last night, buddy boy, of the games? We watched them together. Which one? We obviously can agree the Pacers-Celtics was the better matchup. The Kings-Pelicans was kind of... Pelicans took control and never relinquished it. So what was your thoughts on there? Give us your 2 cents.
I thought that Celtics Pacers was definitely the better basketball game, an amazing basketball game.
Mm-hmm.
Tyrese Haliburton's first triple double in his
Really?
first TNT, yeah, in his first TNT game ever. Isn't that even more
Yes,
surprising?
I actually did know that this was his second career nationally televised game. Did not know it was his first TNT game. Also, I thought he had a triple-double before.
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure he made an Instagram post about it being his first time grabbing 10 boards. So unless he did it some other weird way, I'm pretty sure
He got 10 blocks, I
that it
bet you.
was 10 steals.
He had 10 steals.
10 turnovers.
10
I
turnovers.
was gonna say 10 turnovers, but that would be the most unrealistic Haliburton stat ever.
I mean,
But
let's go into the game. What'd you think
well,
of...
I even was gonna.
What?
Well, yeah. All right, we can go to the game.
Well,
But
let's
there
talk
was a
first.
lot that
We can also talk real quickly about the Pelicans Kings. That one, you just say the Pelicans won that game straight up. They had
But there was a
control.
lot. There was a lot that caught my eye in that game. I thought that Herb Jones was really aggressive, and he hit at least 3 threes in that game. And Jose Alvarado looked fresh and healthy.
I
Trey
mean,
Murphy hit some big shots.
the Kings lost that game because anybody not named Sabonis, Fox, or Malik Monk really didn't give them any offense, if we're going to be quite frank. It was literally
Yeah,
Malik, Fox, and Sabonis. Everyone else was just there. But
Keegan Murray was hot in the first half, and then
just,
re-aggravated the back injury that's cost him the
oh,
past 3 games.
is that why he went pedestrian on us?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes so much sense. I was wondering, I was like, why is he like so pedestrian? Like in terms of like how he was super aggressive. Must have been on that dunk we saw.
I think it was trying to defend Brandon Ingram, and he like went up to contest and tweaked it.
Oh, damn. Because I do remember the end of the first half, there was that ferocious dunk that he threw down. So I didn't know if it was going to be that. But let's go ahead and let's get into this Pacers game, okay? So the Pacers game last night was one that we'd have to say was a bit of a doozy in terms of going back. You really didn't know who was going to win this game. And I think that was cool. One of the interesting parts. Shout out Google right here for the team stats that I'm showing you guys right here. And this was played. Pacers were at home. They were wearing those terrible jerseys. And just looking at this, the Celtics, a team who's typically one of the better three-point shooting teams in the league, could not hit anything. And then you look at they took basically the same amount of threes. 41, the Celtics, 40 respectively, the Pacers. The Pacers hit 19 out of 40. They could not fucking miss tonight. Okay, while the Celtics hit 12 of 41. Also, free throw line. That was a big thing that I brought. There was when I made my video last night, the Pacers only had 6 turnovers to the 17 turnovers that the Celtics had. The Pacers also only had only 15 personal fouls on them, and those fouls only led to 12 total free throws in comparison to the Pacers having a total amount of 21, with, like you said, Tyrese Haliburton having 26, 13, and 10. And the second best player last night was I would say it was Buddy Hield, some might say it was Miles Turner. But what was your thoughts so far? Let's hear your 2 cents.
You know, the fouling storyline is extremely interesting, and it makes me wonder where the Pacers rank league wide in terms of their foul rate because Boston not gashing that defense and getting to the line, especially as they would want to try to control the tempo of that game, is really, really interesting.
No, I agree with that. And as you were speaking, I was trying to search up the team's stats for fouling. Yes, I think the foul discrepancy is really big, and I also think the turnovers, because you talked about turnovers, second chance opportunity. I mean, not second chance opportunities, fast break opportunities. Again, you're frustrating the offense, the opposing offense, because you're causing turnovers. I mean, by the end of the game, you remember that we saw at least 3 or 4 possessions just wasted away by the Boston Celtics because just just turning the ball over, like just they were
Yeah.
there.
Well, I have a really interesting stat that kind of ties into that. Among all qualifiers, Drew Holiday is leading the league in turnover rate in the pick and roll. As the offensive initiator for Boston, he's been terrible this year.
You ready? You ready to hear league leaders in personal fouls? Right here.
I'm not going anywhere. Yeah.
What?
Go. I'm ready.
What'd you say? Why'd you say
I said
that?
I'm not going anywhere. You
Uh,
said, "Are you ready?" And then you paused. And I was like, "Yeah."
that's a good joke. That was a dad joke that went over my head. That was good. That was good. I didn't pick that one up. Mr. Gelstro, he looks like an actor who just who's trying to hide from paparazzi. He's like, I'm too
Dodging the
famous.
paparazzi.
Yeah, he's like, I'm too famous. He's like, I just wanted a fucking coffee today. He's
I
like
love it.
he's like Josh Hutcherson after he starred in the Hunger Games. He's like, I just saved
Oh, word.
Katniss. I just saved Katniss.
Yeah, word.
Oh yeah, how'd you sleep, buddy? You watched the games last night? Oh my
I
god,
watched-
the hair just
I watched
flopped out.
You think today's a haircut day, or should I keep it going?
I got a haircut yesterday, so yes, I got a haircut.
Bro, I'll go get a haircut with you next week. I need a haircut as well.
Oh, all right. I'll keep it going then.
I'll keep it going. I'll keep it going. Did you watch? All right, Jackson. We're right now breaking down the Pacers game. What'd you think? Did you watch the Pacers game?
I watch everything.
I was just choked on my wall. It wasn't even funny, but that was just I didn't expect you to say that. All right. By the way, you didn't cue your YouTube TV. Your YouTube TV's
Oh, god damn it.
yeah. You left it half queued, buddy. Well, yeah.
That's some good looks there.
Yeah, no. It was kind of frustrating me because sometimes when I look over your shoulder to see what's going on.
Yeah.
But were you surprised that the Boston Celtics kind of got I wouldn't say, would you say it's embarrassed, Henry, by the Indiana Pacers? The Indiana Pacers put those dogs in their place. I mean, the Celtics looked abysmal. I mean, Luke Cornett should not have been out there that long.
Celtics are kind of weird.
I am gonna chalk this up to a good performance from the Pacers more than a bad performance from the Celtics. I don't think the things that went wrong for Boston are really like issues that they should be embarrassed by.
Especially with the Magic fiasco last season. I feel like I'm not really. I feel like the Celtics just.
Pacers at
Or the
home,
Celtics.
they were pretty juiced up, and like
It seems
not that they wanted it more, but you could see that the energy was super high on this Pacers bench.
It seems I don't know if this is common knowledge at this point, but it just seems like Indiana is Sacramento of
That's
last
a
year.
great comparison, dude. Yeah, of last year, Sacramento of last year, you're saying?
Yeah.
Great comparison.
I guess they're not quite. Well, their offense is, but
They're historically the number one.
Haliburton's Fox. They don't have a Sabonis.
Miles Turner?
Sabonis?
Miles Turner? Or are we
No,
getting
Yeah, they got
it's Haliburton, bro. Haliburton is a single
Yeah, so
heliocentric offensive engine.
they're a Sabonis away.
Yeah,
They're a Sabonis away, but yeah, they're one badass team. I think it was more of a Pacers win than a Celtics loss, but I think
good way to phrase that.
honestly, I think Indiana might just win it all. I guess they only have to win one more game, but I guess Indiana or two more games. I guess Indiana is my pick now to win it all. Just win two more games. But I think Tyrese Haliburton's just pretty much. I think a lot of us know he's a star, but I think
is he top 5?
everybody knows he is.
Is he a top 5 point guard?
Easy.
Kate. I shouldn't
Who are we
say
putting in
that.
front? Jaw.
Freddie Double V. KPJ, Kobe White.
I like how
Jackie G.
you inadvertently went with my bit. I said Jaw as a joke, but then you said Fred VanVleet, KPJ. and it kind of went well, but like I was joking.
Wait, Ja's a joke?
I don't know if he hasn't played this season. I'm saying this season. So,
Oh,
like,
yeah. I mean,
like,
Ja's like what, 20, 28?
like stat wise?
Yeah,
right.
What's Ja's stats?
28, 7, and like 4 rebounds, 7 assists, 28 points, right, Henry?
Yeah.
That sounds right. That sounds right.
Sounds close.
For John Moran.
I mean, the only point guard I'm really like certifiably putting over Haliburton. Ah, man, that's even
Stephen Curry.
Yeah,
Stephen Curry's better, much better.
Steph is the one.
Luka Doncic. No, Luka Doncic. Luka Shea.
Well, I wasn't sure if we're going to count him as.
Are we counting Luka Shea as point guards?
For sure.
If they're both point guards, they're in front.
I think Shea's more difficult.
Shea's more difficult. Shea's more kind of like a combo. Like he's whatever you need him to be.
Yeah.
Those are the four, though. Those are the four. I think that they are kind of in a tier of their own right now.
Yeah.
Maybe Ja.
Maybe Kyrie.
Yeah.
You gotta always Dame. Did we put Dame in there?
Dame. Fuck. Tyrese is at least getting us thinking that
he's in the top 10. He's definitely in the top 10. He's definitely in the top 10.
Ja's 26, 6, and 8.
I'm putting him over Ja.
If we're doing just for the season, I'll do Tyrese right now because Ja hasn't played, but I can't. Ja has more body.
Yeah, it's a little. Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, if you're leading the best offense in basketball, you never turn the ball over, and you're raining in threes. He's the closest thing to Steph of the next generation.
Ja's led his team to back-to-back second seeds.
Sure,
and
but
in his rookie contract,
Haliburton is
27 and 11, or 12. Sorry, 27, 4, and 12.
Who?
I mean, that's. Tyrese.
We also forgot Trae Young's in there. Trae Young's averaging like 13 assists and like 30 points this season.
Oh. Yeah, Haliburton's better than.
Not a bad passer. I think Trae Young hands down best passer in the league.
Yeah, Trae Young. Yeah, I mean these are the two.
I haven't watched a Hawks game in decades.
Can we talk about something though?
Trae Young is an underrated passer though. For how maligned he is, amazing passer.
Trae, insane passer. Insane passer. Like people don't talk about it now. If like people talk about Jokic's passing ability, Trae Young's passing ability, like awareness is insane. But that's not what we're talking about. Jackson, two things do I think? First off, Miles Turner, did you notice this? I was telling Henry, I felt like Miles Turner at times was a little bit soft. Like for how big he is.
I think I'm done with the Turner train.
Okay, so
we were telling you that he was soft the other day. He's not this formidable big man that's going to be like a physical enforcer.
Every year we hear that Miles Turner, this year I think actually last year might have been the year that kind of fizzled out.
I think
the Miles Turner hype train.
I think it started by the end of the year. Like at the beginning, I think he had a really strong start to the year last year, and then he.
Oh yeah, you're right. You are right.
And then he fizzled out. Then he fizzled out after he got paid. This year, he isn't having a good. I don't know. There was multiple times where. He was going up against Sam Hauser and he wasn't moving. Yeah, yes, he scored on Sam Hauser because it's fucking Sam Hauser. But like, there was multiple times where I was like, dude, like he's like, if I'm Miles Turner and Sam Hauser's guarding me, I'm like, I'm gonna hit him. You know what I mean?
I guess
he does not hit people.
I'm looking at his stat line now, and I guess it is important to know that we were waiting kind of for last year, his entire career.
But last year wasn't even that great, dude. He's 7 foot tall with a 7 foot wingspan, 7'4" wingspan.
He's got a 7'4" wingspan.
And he only grabs 7 rebounds.
I know. But even scoring, like, dude, this dude's been in the league for so long. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We waited 7 years for him to put up more than 15.
Yeah, I got his stats right here. Like, look at this.
How's this dude been in the league 9 years?
Well, we forget Sabonis was here for a majority of this, stealing his So they tried that Sabonis right here. Like these 4 years is Sabonis.
His entire career, it felt like. I mean,
for a majority of it, yeah. Because Miles Turner was first 2 years, I think it was with Paul George's last 2 years, I believe, right here. These are Paul George's last 2 years, right? Or I think this is Paul George's last year. So it might.
Yeah, I think that year because. Actually, you know what? Maybe not, because I remember watching Paul George highlights junior year high school. So, yeah, that would have been his first year. It would be Paul's last year.
Yeah, confirmation, 2015 to 16. He got 2 years with Paul George. First year and second year are with Paul George. So yeah, no, I agree with you, Jackson. Would you? I just,
You know,
I mean,
they might be a team to just keep an eye on for a player like Cat Zion trade.
I actually fuck with the Carl Anthony Towns trade.
Like they could be somebody to watch here, especially with Miles Turner, but just their star in general.
They're going to have to pair Tyrese up with another guy. Okay, let's actually do this. Let's do an
Yeah.
exercise before we get to the next game. Who is the most
Breakout rooms.
That was good. That was good. That was good. I remember that. But I wanted to say, let's do an exercise. Okay, the guys who are potentially going to be available, Pascal Siakam, I guess Zach LaVine. Who
Oh,
is the
I think
best?
we've talked about that before.
Who's the best sidekick for Tyrese? If you're going to go out and trade, who should, or sign somebody, who should the Pacers realistically go out and get? That is quite possible to get. Like, I think, honestly, bring back Paul George if the Clippers fail in the playoffs again.
I want a younger player.
Okay.
I'd take Paul George, but I'd also I'd love Siakam on that team, but I think he
Too many
not
cooks.
that he needs the ball too much, but
Too many cooks in the kitchen. It would be.
yeah, I think I wonder what do you think the odds are of the next? Let me Google the odds of the next star to leave his team because I really like Cat.
I don't like DeMar DeRozan. I like Cat. I like the Cat idea. I like a Brandon
I like
Ingram
Cat as well.
or a what do you call it? Or Karl Anthony Towns. I don't know Zion would. I think Zion would veto going to Indiana so hard. He'd be like, I ain't going from New Orleans to fucking Indiana.
Yeah, that's.
I
I don't know if he'd veto it. I think or like I mean that sounds like super disrespectful
But,
to
like,
the city
he
of
would-
Indiana, but he'd be all set.
Yes. He'd be like, no
Yeah.
offense, guys. He's like, I just played in New Orleans. He's like, I'm trying to go to New York now. Or like South Beach.
Yeah. I can't find trade odds.
Well,
but
I'm looking for the free agent rankings for next season because the Pacers have some of the most free agents. I mean, most cap space for next season. So right here, I pulled up. They got their little like free. Come on, guys. I already unblocked the ad here.
LeBron James.
I know. Over here, acting like LeBron's going to be available. Okay, so if we go down, they're saying the number one guy available is going to be Kawhi. I don't believe, and we talked about
Oh,
we don't want Kawhi is not somebody that we want. I'm hitting X on this, and it's just ignoring me. Look at this. You see this? I'm hitting X.
imagine Kawhi going to Indiana.
It would be. It would be.
If he was just like, yeah, I want to run back a Toronto Sitch.
Tyrese
I'm getting
Maxey.
bored.
See, Paul George is going to be in there, so it's definitely interesting to think if any of those guys.
Paul George is great. I just I don't know.
I'm just trying to think. Okay, if you're going to go here, this is beautiful. Okay, you think they need a shooting guard or a small forward? Small forward, right?
I'd go small forward.
Let's look at the best small forwards in this upcoming draft class. I mean,
OG Anunoby.
That's perfect. That's kind of perfect. But you would need a third guy, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like that's the big thing. Because then you get into DeMar, Buddy Hield, they have 6, and then I just think when you look at this, OG. First off, we know that free agencies.
Ooh.
What?
What if they went and did like a OG Anunoby at Jeremy Grant?
Okay.
Beat. I mean, I wouldn't be a huge. I wouldn't want. I would want them to go better, but that would at least be that would be interesting if they. Because there's your scorer.
The other thing is I mean, you could also argue if they believe Gordon Hayward's healthy, get Gordon Hayward on a cheap. No.
Burned on that.
You don't pay Gordon Hayward. You get Gordon Hayward on like a cheap ass deal.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you bring in like Jeremy Grant or OG Anunoby, and then now you replace Buddy Hield with Jeremy Grant or OG Anunoby, and then you have Gordon Hayward there on like a mid-level exception. I think another thing is they need a power forward too. Would you guys take Julius Randle?
Jarris Walker.
Jarris,
I think that would screw Jarris Walker's entire career.
they just
Indiana.
are playing him though.
Yeah, they got. I mean, I was just looking at their stat news because Miles Turner's their second high scorer, which is a huge issue.
I love
and
stat
that
news.
makes it even crazier that Miles Turner's their second high scorer and they're doing what they're doing. But I think, I mean, I was just looking at it off the dome, and guys like Jalen Smith, IJ are dogs.
Jalen Smith got hurt the other day. What was
but
Henry?
they're still dogs, and they're still going to be playing ahead of Walker.
Oh no, I agree. That's what you're getting at. Yeah. Oh shit, guys. Tobias Harris. If they brought in OG Anunoby and Tobias Harris.
Yeah, Tobias really doesn't make my dick hard, but that would be good.
Well, the whole thing is, I was saying if you brought in OG Anunoby because he's like a third option, you get another third option like Tobias and OG because they have so much cap space.
I hope to add up to 2.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think I wouldn't get held down. I don't know what Tobias's next contract will look like, but I wouldn't want to be held down by his
guys. We're
highest paid contract in Philadelphia.
We're forgetting someone that they could get on a long-term deal for cheap. Like it's not going to be cheap; it'll still be like $20 million. Miles Bridges.
Oh yeah, wasn't that aren't they interested in him? Was that the initial rumor? Or was it just that he's leaving?
That was the rumor going into last year before the whole thing that they were going to offer 4 years, 140.
If they did that and then got like another just intriguing center in a as opposed to Miles Turner, I mean that'd be so cool.
I just want to think of like a center that they can go out and potentially get that like has potential like that they could get maybe on the cheap. I mean, Daniel Gafford I'd rather have if I were them. Nick Claxton's a free agent.
Oh yeah.
Wiseman is.
Clax,
Yeah.
Clax can't space, but I
don't know if Utah would really change their vision like this, but if Laurie became available somehow, that would be an awesome fit.
Laurie should be available immediately.
But that would ruin their defense.
You're talking about Tobias Harris. Come on now.
Yeah, I was about to say what defense too. They're already the worst defense on the planet.
Well, and that's why I to a certain extent don't need a guy like Tobias Harris. I love OG, but I don't need to get awesome like offensive depth. I'm already the best offense in basketball. I have Tyrese Haliburton. I need two-way players.
Yeah, I'm full on this, Miles.
Or someone like Laurie who would bring me good positional diversity.
I'm fully committed on this Miles Bridges. If I'm the Pacers, I'm going for Miles Bridges. Like, no questions asked. Miles Bridges is the best free agent that they can go after.
Yeah, I think from a fit standpoint, I totally agree.
Plus, he's from Michigan, which is like, how far is Flint, Michigan from you? Like Michigan State in Indiana.
Probably 5 hours.
Yeah, so it's like around the corner from him, his hometown.
To Michigan State once.
Dude, isn't Michigan State really nice school? I like know University of Michigan.
It was at night. I thought I was in the ghetto. I got out of there pretty quick.
Really?
Yeah.
Is East Lansing bad?
I went to the stadium, posted up at there. And a lot of cops were mobile.
When was
this? It
was
like 2 a.m. A couple of summers ago when I was driving home from Swaggy's vacation in Virginia.
And you just stopped by Michigan State to peep it?
I stopped in Detroit to play golf with a follower who invited me to his club, and I drove. I was not welcome in my home at that point, so I was mobile for a couple of days.
It sounds like you were homeless.
I was. My mom changed the locks on me.
She threw my shit out in the fucking yard.
I was a piece of shit. Yeah. It was so over the top, but I understand.
I was kicked out. My mom kicked me out of the house when I was 16 for the weekend over the stupidest shit.
It's always the dumbest.
My dad's never kicked me out. It was my mother. My mom had a power trip. That's what I always said. My mom had a power trip.
I feel that.
All right, let's move on. Let's go to the Pelicans game. I guess that was a sigh.
My neck apparently is tight.
Dude, you might have
gotten a massage.
You might have deep throated a ghost in your sleep. Like you remember in Haunted House? Did you
No,
wa-
I have not, but it's because of my stupid couch. Maybe
Alright.
Henry can help me buy a couch. And we can rent it U-Haul.
Do some shopping.
Have you guys never seen this movie?
You'll see this couch, man. We can't sit on it together. It'd
What?
be too intimate.
Anyway, it's a
Are-
love.
are you-
Only girls are
just-
allowed
are
on
you-
that couch with me.
Are you describing a love seat, perhaps?
Yeah, it's a love
Yep.
seat. It's a love seat. Yes. Mm. 1 second.
He's got a new stool though.
I just
That's
got
exciting.
Where'd you get the stool?
From a apartment garage. It's just like wide open for taking. I should have taken both. I didn't want to get too cocky.
We have a criminal over here.
No, it was given like somebody moving out, and there was just a ton of furniture, fresh furniture too. I saw it while I was waiting. People were like already scoping that stuff out. I was like, I'm just doing this right now.
I'm just
It's still
doing.
in my car, and many days.
How many days?
Like 4.
It's always fun. Wait, I just wanted to show one goddamn thing. Did this download? No.
Zion really fucked me in fantasy last night.
How so?
Dude, he is the least aesthetically pleasing defensive player to watch ever. He is entirely disengaged.
No, that's Jordan Poole. That's Jordan Poole. You're lying.
Yeah, but Zion has potential. That makes it worse.
That's true. I mean, he was amazing last year. All right, do you guys see on
Dude,
your screen? This is what happened to Jackson last night.
I don't like looking at ghosts.
There is no ghost. Just watch the scene. Is there sound? Wait, no. Ready? Yeah. Fuck. Oh, right here. Have you guys ever seen this movie?
No.
Where he's showing there's a ghost fucking
Oh my
his wife?
god.
Have you guys ever seen that?
I've never even heard of that.
All right, so there's a movie called A Haunted House. Have you seen Scary Movie? You've seen Scary Movie, right?
Some clips.
You've never seen Scary Movie 1, 2, 3, or 4, or 5?
Just clips.
Okay. Well, the guys who made the first 3 Scary Movies got kicked out of the Scary Movie franchise, and then they went and made a movie called A Haunted House.
Oh, okay.
There's like scenes where they's like, "Oh, you guys want to have a sleepover?"
Oh.
And then they're like, "We're gonna have a Mandingo party." Let's talk about this Pelicans.
Is that
Yeah.
the thing with masks?
No, that's a masquerade party. A Mandingo party is when you get a gangbang with like eight
Oh, jeez.
black dudes and one white
Oh,
woman
my.
who's a snow bunny, and she's just taking it.
You know, Eyes Wide Shut's a good movie. I should watch that.
You've seen Eye Wide Shut? Okay, I think
Yeah.
you're into voyeurism.
Into what?
Voyeurism? It's
Voyeurism.
It's when we watch people have sex.
Oh, yeah, dude. Nicole, or I mean, no, but
Tom
Nicole
Cruise.
Kidman in that movie she's like, might be one of the hot. Everyone, like, you know, like, I would actually compare her to like Margot Robbie. And
You sat down and watched
that
all
movie-
4 hours of Eyes Wide
that movie's
Shut.
not that long. That movie's not that long.
Eyes Wide Shut's
Like 2 hours.
3.5 hours.
No.
Bro,
Let's put a friendly bet on it.
you
look
ready?
it up.
I'm looking at the runtime.
I
Ready?
bet you it's like 2:12 max.
2 hours and 45 minutes.
Oh, Jesus. Well, I usually watch my movies in bits and
Okay, that's
pieces.
understandable.
But she's so hot in that movie. Oh my God. She's so hot. That's a good movie, but she's such a babe. I can't believe they were married.
I'm not a Nicole Kidman fan.
What? What? Henry, do you know Nicole Kidman?
Nope. Not
Can
off the top
throw
of
her
my
up
head.
on the screen and Eyes Wide Shut, Zero. Dude, she's a babe in
She's
that. Oh my
okay.
God. What?
Dude, we're talking movie babes. We're
Wait,
talking-
go to that picture. Yeah,
This one?
click that picture. No, the one with her full body.
Which one?
Up the middle top. Oh, yeah. She's a babe.
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 What about
In that movie, I don't really know what she's like.
I'm not a Nicole Kidman fan to begin with, but
It's insane.
let's move back.
It's just rude.
It's rude. All right. One thing we saw last night was a 106 27-117 win for the Pelicans, a game that we saw Herb Jones drop 23, being the second leading scorer behind Brandon Ingram. This was a game where the Pelicans just literally outclassed the Kings in every stat. More points in the paint, less turnovers, more steals, more blocks, equal amount of assists, out-rebounded
More clutch, too.
Yeah. The only thing I think they got outbeaten was the amount of free throws they took. Henry, Jackson, what were your 2 cents from this game?
I actually have a quick comment on my concerns for the Sacramento Kings. I think Sabonis is a really good basketball player, but I don't think he can beat their number 2.
Wow.
I don't think it'll work ever. I think I think teams will just guard him like Draymond Green, and especially he can do his thing in the regular season, but once we get into the playoffs, I think he's going to be not Julius Randle level, but Julius Randle level. I don't think he can be the number 2. I think they're going to need to find somebody.
Do you think he could be the third guy?
I think he's a perfect third. Yeah, I think he's a perfect third. So I think if you're relying on him as.
So in an ideal world, who would you bring in as like another guy to be like, if you were to say replace either Harrison Barnes or Keegan Murray?
Definitely, yeah. Miles Bridges.
Oh, Miles Bridges, okay.
Yeah, Miles Bridges, OG. Even I would prefer a Kuzma over a
Kuzma's perfect.
Kuzma's great. I thought about Kuzma. I was thinking about that. I was thinking the other day, I was like, oh, if my Wizards willingly like traded Kuzma for like Harrison Barnes, and I'd take like Keon Ellis is on a 2-way, so like I'm trying to think of another young guy. Harrison Barnes, Davion Mitchell, and like a first-round pick and a couple second-round picks. I'd do that deal as a Wizards fan. For Kuz.
Yeah,
I'd love Davion on that team.
What'd you say?
I'd love Davion.
I watched Davion at Baylor, so I'm a really big Davion fan, but
just a low risk for your team.
Yeah, and we can re-sign him cheap. But over here, we saw Sasha Vinzikov play. He didn't do much. Thank
God he's not Russian.
Yeah. What was your guys' thoughts on this game? Just take away. Trey Murphy looked great. So did Jose Alvarado. I just think this game showed us how deep the Pelicans are.
The Pelicans.
I mean, they won without Zion, who we deemed the X factor of the game. They won without him being the X factor. It's huge.
What do you have, like 13?
10, 6, and 6. So he still almost had a triple-double.
I almost did a lot of things.
If he had a vagina, he'd be your aunt.
He would be. Well, if he had a vagina and we were related, he'd be my aunt.
Well, just wrap up this game real quick. I got to use the bathroom. Give me literally 30 seconds. And just Henry and Jackson, do some closing talking points. Give me like 90 seconds. I gotta I'm fighting demons.
You remember when New Orleans was the Chicago Bulls? We could have had life robbed us of a New Orleans Pelicans Chicago Bulls finals when they were both the 1 seed.
Better times.
Yeah.
Better times.
I don't know. I think the Pelicans are fully capable of giving it a go. I mean, the backup point guard, but
yeah, Dyson Daniels. I'm near ready to declare him a bust. He's a great defender.
Whoa.
He's a great defender, but that's about all, dude.
Whoa.
I think his offense is totally stagnating.
I mean, what is he, like 20?
This is year 3, dude.
Yeah. Okay.
And not a bust for being a top 8 pick. Good defender, like fine role player, but I
want them to get another guard, and I've been wanting them to get another guard for quite some time now, just for when because CJ's so good off ball, and I know he's good on ball too, but I just think it would make their offense more diverse if they had a combo guard who can come in here, or rather not a combo guard, unselfish pass guard first type of player. Honestly, even like a player like Trey Jones.
Yeah, that would be nice.
It's not desperately needed, but
for what team?
Yeah. Well, what would really be nice? We're talking about the Pelicans in a potential need for a backup guard, a floor general type.
Tyus Jones is
But
perfect.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I think
also
Tyus
think.
is too much. So that's why I went with Trey Jones.
Oh, yeah, but I also think that what you would want ideally is for Zion to improve and be the facilitator, since Bi is going to have the ball in his hands so much as well.
Yeah.
I mean, their only point
Like,
guard.
you trust Zion.
I think their only point guard, like, oh yeah, Jose Alvarado is weird because he's kind of like more of like a defensive maestro, okay, and he's more of like an energy guy than I would say.
Yeah, I want like a Rondo.
Yeah.
I want a pure passer.
Well, I love Dyson Daniels, but like now with Alvarado back, Dyson's out. CJ McCollum's your starting point guard, and he's not a point guard. He's a combo guard with point guard like skills. I think, and Kyra Lewis Jr. is your trade chip. I think you look at this and you think, fuck, man, the options are limited, but like maybe getting a guy like a DeLon Wright or a TJ McConnell.
Very nice.
Ooh, I love
Micic.
McConnell.
What do you think about Micic here?
Okay, so the problem with I love Micic. I love Micic. He's making $8 million a year. The thought process is first, Micic needs to figure out how to play NBA defense in terms of obviously he's always going to be cooked because he's athletically not there, but he's getting called for defensive 3 seconds. He clearly does not understand NBA rules yet. So if he shows me he can understand NBA rules, sure. B, anytime Micic is on the floor, you're basically going to have Herb Jones, Dyson Daniels, Jose Alvarado, your best defenders on the floor to counteract Micic because Micic is going to have to be guarding the worst offensive player. That's my problem. I love him. I don't know if it would hurt his confidence or not, but maybe let's throw him in the G for a little bit if I was the Thunder. Is that rude? That's rude. It's rude. It's definitely rude. After talking to Ternek Shingelia, EuroLeague players do not like going to the G League. So I don't know,
Yeah.
man.
I think you said it well in that it would potentially hurt his confidence as well. But yeah, I mean, could he benefit? Absolutely. In a vacuum, yeah.
Yeah, it's just
DeLon Wright was a good example.
I think
Little two-way floor general with size.
Yeah, DeLon Wright, Chris Dunn. I think Chris Dunn, DeLon Wright. I think those are right. I mean, obviously a Dennis Smith Jr. would be nice. I think those are all guys that they would benefit from. Defensive pass first guys who have the ability to score.
What if they said fuck it and traded for Terry Rozier?
I mean, salary-wise, they would have to give up a lot.
Yeah.
Terry makes 23. So just looking at that roster, it'd be like centered around Jonas Valanciunas. That's the big.
You know what? Giannis's time has come to a close for me. I'd be interested in that. Give me a guard. Give me a set backup center. But yeah, I mean, what are you gonna do at this point?
Yeah, I think the Pelicans, though, their whole problem, I think, stems from not having a point guard.
Why not get Miles Turner and TJ McConnell?
Who are you giving up?
Does Indiana need anything crazy? Because I could give you Kira, Jonas,
salary,
and I'd have to throw in like a Herb, but I don't even know if they would want a Herb.
So hypothetically, if we were gonna do,
I mean, you're also sapping Indiana's playoff abilities there. Sorry, Cyril, continue.
Well, all I was gonna say is,
how about if Indiana hits a huge wall and they're like 10 games below 500?
So Tyrese gets hurt
at All-Star,
right? Basically, if Tyrese got hurt. So if you were to trade Miles Turner and TJ McConnell, that's about just under $30 million. Okay. And you look at this, you got 15 obviously from Jonas Valanciunas. Now you look at this, you need to find another 15 million. So you've just found 10 in Larry Nance, who's injured.
so blurry.
And then it's blurry.
Give him Herb.
Well, I was gonna say, if you then throw in a pick,
It's got to be Herb or Trey.
Not worth.
Not worth.
Definitely not.
That's why I'd go with Herb, because I think Trey's the future there.
What do you guys think of this trade right here? It is.
I mean, they're not gonna do that.
So Pacers technically get one win worse, but right here, if you look at it, Pelicans walk away with Miles Turner and TJ McConnell, and they actually save $1.8 million in salary. The Pacers receive Jonas Valanciunas, Larry Nance Jr.,
Ooh,
Kyrie Lewis Jr., and they get 2 first-round picks, one in
you'd
24,
have to take
which
that
is a
trade.
pick swap, and then they get a unprotected pick in 2027, both from Milwaukee. The Pelicans give up none of their personal picks. They give up the Bucks picks, and they get rid of 2 expiring contracts and Larry Nance, who is injured. That's, I feel like, kind of
You'd
a.
have to do that.
I think the only one who says no is potentially the Pacers.
But 2 first-round picks, they've been asking for 2 first-round picks from Miles Turner for 7 years,
I agree
and they
with that.
finally got it.
I agree with that.
Someone finally bid it. I don't know if that's even something New Orleans needs to do with 2 first-round picks on there.
No, but it's a very actually like not a bad trade for I think both teams in a way. What do you think, Henry?
I think that from a value standpoint, it's fine. Like we were talking the other day about how it's really valuable for Indiana just to make the playoffs and get playoff experience. And I think that this would harm the odds of that.
Yes,
But
but I think this move would be because maybe an injury happens or they become a play-in team and then they go like,
mm,
okay, hey, maybe it's in our best interest. Like Tyrese is out, like let's create cap flexibility and get draft assets so we can go out and get Miles Bridges, so we can go out and get that other guy to pair up next to Tyrese.
yeah. In the context of an injury or something like that, I like this deal a lot. And I even think that Indiana could probably get slightly more out of it and still come to terms that is favorable for both teams.
Yeah, because in a weird way, if they were like, oh, they did this trade, and then for some reason, Jonas Valanciunas could be perfect pick and roll guy for Tyrese, and it works out. Kyrie Lewis Jr., you're just taking a flyer, maybe
Which he couldn't be. Jonas could not be
what?
a perfect pick and roll man for Tyrese Haliburton.
We don't know that. I love Jonas Valanciunas. I remember when he got
He's
drafted.
so slow, so slow,
He's one of the best rebounders in the league.
It's big bone.
so
Yeah,
slow.
Jonas Valanciunas is so good. I love Jonas. I love Jonas. I think.
I'm a fan of his game also, but you're talking about slotting him into the fastest offense in
All right,
basketball. It's
how's
just not
this?
going to look good.
Jakob Hurtle.
The Raptors
Mile
just
High says the Raps in purgatory.
yeah, but the Raps just traded for him to build around him. I think that was the
Which
whole.
is goofy behavior.
Oh
But
yes, yes.
I mean, if I were to give you 2 first-round picks, well, you just made your nut back and more.
All right, let's go ahead and pick these games for tonight. Let's start off with the Knicks.
Lake Show,
Oh,
Nick Show.
well,
I'm changed pick.
So Knicks is first because it's at 7:30. I just thought we'd do time wise.
Nick State,
All right, here we go. We got ourselves.
the Giannis stopper, Julius Randle.
The Knicks are 12-7. Bucks are 14-6. Henry,
I thought we should be worried about the Bucks because they had a bad first 5 games.
they turned the season around. But Henry, can you give us any injury updates on who's going to be playing, who might not be playing in this game for anyone who might be unaware?
The Bucks will be missing Pat Connaughton, and Andre Jackson is questionable. He has been playing like 10 minutes a game, and the Knicks are fully healthy.
Wait, who'd you say for the Bucks besides Andre Jackson?
Pat Connaughton is out.
Okay, so it's not that big of a detriment. All right, that brings up an interesting thing. So looking at this, Mitchell Robinson versus Brooke Lopez and Bobby Portis. Giannis Antetokounmpo against Julius Randle, Quinn Grimes, RJ Barrett. On paper, I think the Knicks are the deeper team. But the top heaviness of Damian Lillard and Giannis Antetokounmpo, Giannis has been on a tear. Damian Lillard's figured it out. Would you say this should be the first test for the Milwaukee Bucks? Who you guys taking and why? I'm still undecided. I want to hear what you guys have to say.
Julius Randle's been
I'm
on a tear.
Yeah, it's been on a tear. I'm leaning Milwaukee. They beat the Knicks earlier in the season. Julius is still kind of struggling at the rim, and I think that Milwaukee could force him into some bad shot selection and win a tight game. I think it'll be really close.
Understandable. That makes sense. Jackson?
Nick State, 4th best defense in the league. Let's go. There you go. That's all you need.
All right.
Nick State.
I'm going to agree. And I'm going to say I do believe the Knicks tape are going to win this. Defense wins championships. I just see that the Knicks are gonna take either Dame, probably they're gonna guard the fuck out of Dame, and they're just gonna look at Giannis, and they're gonna guard Dame and Chris Middleton, the rest of the boys, and they tell Giannis drop 60, beat us, just by yourself. And I'm putting my money on the Knicks. Knicks want to shine. They're not going to win an NBA championship anytime soon, so why not try to win the NBA in-season tournament?
Defense wins in season tournaments.
Exactly.
They've said it all of history.
All of history. You win the in-season tournament by playing good D.
And playing games.
And playing games, yeah. Something that, our forefathers wrote.
Yep.
And the National 4 scores 8 years ago in the NBA in-season tournament, defense will win championships and prevail. Whoever has the best D.
And also plans and
plans. It specifically said that in subscript writing.
That is written on the walls of the Pacers gym.
You guys,
defense wins the in-season tournament.
I was gonna say, you guys remember like in National Treasure when Nicolas Cage steals the Independence Day, the Declaration of Independence. You remember that? And then he gets lemon juice and he squirts the back of the Declaration of Independence and it shows a map. Well, you do that and it actually doesn't show a map, but it tells you about, the playing defense wins in season tournament.
I've only seen the one where he's in a library.
That's the first one.
No shit, is it really?
Yeah.
So I have seen the first one.
Yeah, the second one they go.
I watched that movie on accident one time and it hooked me in.
It's a great movie.
I was like, you know what? This movie's not that bad.
National Treasure is fantastic. Underrated movie. You didn't watch it in middle school? Your school didn't play?
No, I had like friends and stuff.
I'm not saying fucking that.
I wasn't beat up.
No, nor was I. I'm just saying, you're on field trips, class days where they played a movie in class. Sounds like you went to like.
Oh, we'd watch real movies like Swingers.
Your class did not show you Swingers. We both know that. It's just not happening.
We mainly watched like Owen Wilson movies and Vince Vaughn movies.
Yeah, that's how it goes. You guys had a strict diet of only Vince Vaughn and Owen Wilson movies.
Well, you're so young. Like back in the day, like we were able to. Henry gets it.
Yeah, I was watching Swingers probably in like 3rd grade.
Yeah.
I don't even know if Henry knows what Swingers is, Jackson.
I also definitely did not watch National Treasure in school, though. I think I just watched that on my own accord at some point.
Everybody's seen National Treasure. It's like the Nick Cage movie everybody's seen.
I had not seen that till recently.
Like okay, you've seen it. You've seen it though.
I definitely did not seek it out, and
Jackson can't follow a trend. Jackson isn't the man who goes through the path of least resistance. He goes through the path of most resistance.
Yep.
He walks the paths less traveled.
Yep.
This
is that big of a movie.
It's a pretty fucking big movie, dude. Like it's if Nicolas Cage was known for one movie, it's probably National Treasure.
But isn't that like a huge popular series? Isn't that like a good book too?
No, they just made
Aren't
2
those
movies.
books?
No, they made 2 movies. Like 15.
There's only 2
books.
Yeah, they made 2 movies. One, he fucking steals the Declaration of Independence to find a national treasure, and then the second one, he finds the city of gold, El Dorado.
Dude, that's the one I watched. That's the one in the library. I watched El Dorado.
That they end up going to a gold city?
Yeah, like in the caves.
I do remember the cities in the cave and they flood the city at the end.
Yeah.
That's number 2. That's number 2, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
What's it called? This guy over here, Henry thought he saw the 1976 Willy Wonka. And I'm like, tell me a scene from the movie. And then he describes the 2006 Willy Wonka. Like to a T.
There's a 70s Willy Wonka.
It's the original Willy Wonka. That's why I was getting pissed because they just remade Willy Wonka 17 years later. I was like, well, you waited 30 years to remake the Willy Wonka with Johnny fucking Depp. Why are we waiting only 17 years? I think, first off, Willy Wonka is so overrated. Not even that great of a movie.
I think it's just more of a kid kid movie.
I mean, you're the type of kid who goes into a candy closet with that uncle who whacks your shit around, going like, "What's this about? What's this about?" And you look up, and there's all the game boards that pertain to the situation. Sorry,
What?
Candyland.
I don't even know what that means.
I just made like a molesting joke.
Oh,
You know, your Uncle Diddles.
I don't think any of my uncles are in the molestation business.
It's a
Thankfully.
business. It's a business.
Elstro molestation.
Yeah. If you want
I
to
was
be
raised more on the star side.
I was gonna say, if you want to be touched, don't do it yourself. Let Elstro do it.
Elstroke, am I right?
Yeah,
I
Elstro.
was watching Impractical Jokers last night, and it took me so long to get this joke. Like, this guy walks up to the like two young girls in the park and is like, "Did you see it?
Okay, this is
Can
getting
you
weird.
smell it?" And then what was the last one? He said another one, and then he ended it with, "Can you touch it?" And I didn't realize he was talking about his dick until then. I was like, "Oh, that makes sense now."
So he just sexually harassed women for a show.
Yes, but back in the 2000s, you could do that.
Henry, what were we watching the other day that we said this is very uncomfortable, that we were just watching like sexual assault happen and we were like, it's part of the movie? We watched the movie the other day. We were like, this is kind of fucked up. You remember
The National Lampoon.
National Lampoon?
Oh,
Yes.
jeez, I
Okay.
hate that
So
movie.
no, it was one of, so these guys created a casting call to find women to have sex with, and they're basically like asking these women like derogatory, like just like the movie is just all sexual harassment. This movie, it's guess who wrote it and produced
National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
it? No, National Lampoon
Oh.
Cattle Call. Nikki's dad.
Oh, okay.
Nikki's dad made this movie.
Damn, bro. Cattle Call
that's
is a
sick.
crazy title for that movie in hindsight.
Yeah, you get it now. You get why it's called Cattle Call. Yeah, it's fucked. My girlfriend's dad made this movie.
So Jackson, what basically happens in this scene he's describing is one of the girls from the casting, he brings her back to his
Oh
place.
my god, I forgot that wasn't even
Essentially
rapes her.
Oh my God, those are horrible reviews.
seduces / rapes her so she'll get the part, and then cuts her from the movie that doesn't even exist after she breaks up with her boyfriend for cheating
Oh my
on her with this
God.
dude.
Yeah, and the whole way,
Sounds like Hollywood.
and then the way
Yes, in a weird sense, that's kind of cool.
it is, and the way the movie ends is they get
Whoa.
busted. They get busted. You want to hear the ending or no? Are you
Not
gonna
really.
Okay, you want to watch it? It's on Tubi. You got
The
88.
fuck is Tubi?
It's free. Tubi's free. I mean,
Always, Tubi's always been free.
always been free. You just have to. You just watch. It's with free. It just has ads.
Yes. Oh, I want to watch ads.
You can pay and they get no
Then I'd
ads.
get Hulu.
Okay, either way. Are you gonna watch the movie or not? Probably
Well, I
not.
kind of want to say yes, so you don't tell me the ending.
So,
Yes,
you want to hear it? Oh, okay.
not particularly.
Just
But if you
know.
want to share it,
No, just know. Movie's really funny. You should watch it.
it's got 11 Rotten Tomatoes.
Don't
So,
look
you
at the
know,
views.
it's
Don't look at the views.
that might be too low though.
It's not too low. There's never been too low.
11's
Dude,
rather
Luke
low.
and I watched a movie called The Harvard Man, and let me tell you, that movie has no good reviews, but it's one of the best tripping movies. Like they trip in the movie, and I've never seen a film represent tripping as well as this movie.
Oh wow, that's cool.
So what happens?
That's
I
pretty
like
cool.
that.
He accidentally eats
Oh.
10,000 milligrams of like acid, and he accidentally gets money from the mob, and he's tripping balls, and then he gets just stuck in tripping balls forever. So he has to figure out how to stop tripping balls, and the whole movie is he's like, like they start editing it, so like whenever you're in his vision, everything's like it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Morphing around.
Yeah, it's like one of
Very-
the only
Oh.
videos to actually like represent tripping, and Sarah Michelle Gellar's in it.
Who's that?
You've seen
American Pie?
Is she American Pie? She's Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
I don't know. I've heard of them.
All My Children, Scooby Doo. She's Daphne in Scooby Doo.
Oh, that's Daphne?
Yeah, she's Daphne.
She doesn't look like that. I can see that now, but I would never have
Sarah.
guessed that.
She's Daphne from
Oh, let's go.
She's there.
Great movie.
And Vinny Chase.
No.
Well, Vinny Chase is in here, right here.
Hey, I'm walking.
Yeah, there's Vinny Chase right here.
Huh. Who's that girl on the right?
That's Joey Lauren Adams. You don't remember Joey Lauren Adams?
She's from something. What's she from?
Joey Lauren Adams is in.
She's in a rom-com.
She's in Chasing Amy. She's Chasing Amy. She's in Big Daddy. She's the reporter in Big Daddy. She's in Mallrats. She's in Biodome. She's in Dazed and Confused. She's like in every. Kevin Smith.
Wait, what role is she in Dazed and Confused?
She's Simone.
Yeah.
She's Simone. She's basically in all Kevin Smith's movies. She's Chasing Amy. She's literally, she's Alyssa Jones. She's the one that Ben Affleck's chasing.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I'm thinking of, I think.
And then
she's got an interesting voice, if I'm not mistaken.
She does have an interesting voice. Oh, you know what other movie she's in? Is she Me, Myself, and Irene? Or is that a different bitch?
I've never heard that.
You've never seen Me, Myself, and Irene?
No.
Jim Carrey has split personality. One day after spending like 50 years being the nicest guy on the planet, he develops split personality and develops a personality. Oh, it's Renee Zellweger. She's the girl. And basically Jim Carrey has two personalities. One personality is the nicest guy in the world, and the second personality is from a psychotic breakdown called Hank, who's the biggest asshole on the planet. And so, like, halfway through the movie, he'll go like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, you fucking bitch." And like he'll like change like, and he'll like fucking like become Jim Carrey, but like a dick. He'll be like, "You just want a little bit of sausage, just sausage fan." It's so dumb. It's so dumb, but it's so funny. It's so funny. You're clearly not a fan.
No, I love Jim Carrey.
Love Jim Carrey. All right, let's do this last game: Suns versus Lake Show. All right.
Lake Show. Lock a night.
I do say
lock it.
Lock it. I'm taking Lake Show will win the in-season tournament.
Lake Show, I won't go that far, but I think they're winning tonight.
I mean, unless Bull plays, I have no faith. Yeah, I really don't have any faith, but I do think it'll be a good victory for the Lake Show.
Dude, I'm loving this KD LeBron. The last time we saw KD and LeBron, we had one hell of a night. I can't wait. What time is this? 10 o'clock?
10 o'clock. It's a late night show.
Nice.
Yeah, exciting stuff. But if you guys had to say, who do you think is going to be the leading scorer for the Los Angeles Lakers, LeBron James, or will it be Mr.
Taurean Prince? Careers it?
What if
I think Legoat needs I think he needs a good all around, especially scoring game. And I think he's had some rest, and I think he'll get after it tonight.
I think he'll be. I'll go with that. I'm going with LeBron James being the leading scorer and D'Angelo Russell being the second leading scorer. How's that?
Ooh, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind like a 31 or.
Dude, D'Lo's on
a barbecue. It's like McDonald's barbecue.
Yeah, D'Lo's been on a ripper. So, sorry, I thought I had taken off my screen. But yeah, no, that's a big yawn right there, big guy. But yeah, no, I think this is gonna be a great game. I think the Suns, Joe, just don't care for this in-season tournament personally. What do you think, Henry?
I'm taking LeBron to be the leading scorer, but I'm saying no touchdowns will be scored in this game.
No touchdowns.
Really?
I agree. No touchdowns either.
We got a slop fest. Was it gonna rain?
Do I think that I think the Suns care like a normal amount. I mean, it counts for their regular season total, so I think they'll come out and compete as they normally would.
There's a lot of marbles on this.
It's interesting that, dude, I honestly think the Athletics gone downhill a little bit.
The Athletic was never uphill. I'm trying to tell you.
It was. I just think not that they've gone, maybe they've cut back. I don't know. It just, their shit isn't what it used to. I used to be always so like into whatever they would post. But I do need to give you guys a hard out as I have to go to school today, last day of the semester, and then what's it called? Today's last day.
Study nerd.
I know, last day of the semester, and then from now on, I will only have
That's exciting.
afternoon classes. Next semester, all my classes start at 4 p.m. So they'll never be this. Either way, I already uploaded the podcast for today for this episode. We already streamed the podcast. Do you mind? Can you clip today by any chance? I can clip later, but I won't be home till 8:30. I
just have no interest in clipping today.
I feel like it's actually very
or ever.
I know that, but there's what's it called? There's like 3 clips in here. It's super.
I'd rather like try to like make money, you know.
Yeah, I get you.
We'll see.
Oh.
You unemployed bum, clip our shit.
I know. You're unemployed. Or I guess you're employed.
I'm on the clock right now. I gotta go also.
Really?
Yeah, he has to go break news. And then
I'm gonna go get a
As
job.
of 90 seconds ago. No, Jackson, I'm proud of you for being you.
You're self-employed. You're not unemployed. Self-employed, buddy.
Word.
And accomplishing greatness.
Yeah, we're proud of you, Jackson.
But like,
Go get your coffee, dodge the paparazzi. Carry on, bro.
Yeah,
well, I haven't gotten coffee pots yet. Got the Keurig.
Yeah, did you?
Block out the haters.
All right,
Yeah.
that's gonna be today's show, guys.
Just send it over. God damn it. It's gay. Yeah.
Cheers.
Go Lakers.